On this episode of Northern News, we'll take a look at the high school's recent open house, our middle school's virtual Meet the Teachers, hear from a Northern graduate, and check in with one of our favorite teachers. All that and more on this episode of Northern News. I'm Emily Plotkin, and welcome back. On Thursday, October 7th, Northern Burlington High School held an open house with many students, families, and community members in attendance. The night started with a ribbon-cutting ceremony celebrating the recent additions to the high school and continued with tours from our National Honor Society, highlighting our various academic and extracurricular offerings.
I want to welcome everyone this evening to our ribbon-cutting ceremony. We're here this evening to recognize and thank all that have helped to make this evening possible. The journey that has taken us to tonight is a long one. All that you see has actually been part of this school district's long-range facility planning. We started with renovations to this high school in the late 1990s, and then we built a new middle school a few years later. Tonight we're here to recognize the final phase of that long-range plan. For me personally, I feel a deep sense of satisfaction for having been able to take this journey with this school district. Over the years, we have watched ideas on paper being transformed into buildings and classrooms on campus. We started with a parking lot and a tree farm, and today we have a comprehensive campus serving all of our students, grades 7 through 12. Our school facilities continue to provide unlimited opportunities for all of our students. Our facilities serve as a diverse and advanced curriculum. Moving forward, as the world around us changes, these facilities will continue to serve our communities for decades to come. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Logan Stewart. I'm here with Superintendent Dr. Saruta. I'm going to ask him a few questions about the new addition. What were the biggest challenges of this project?
Well, we didn't anticipate it, but certainly the first thing that comes to my mind is right when we got really significantly into the renovation, COVID hit. And, that just created just a slew of issues for our contractors, back orders, timing. Some people will think that because closure happened with the schools at the same time, and that was an opportunity to get in there and renovate. That's true. But workers had to socially distance. We couldn't get supplies and materials, and it just was a roller coaster for like the last 2 years. It was a pretty exciting time.
What is your favorite part of the new addition?
What I like best about the new addition is for all the time I've been here, we've never had a front of the high school. This may sound silly, but so many people come and they don't know where to go. And now it's just, I stand here and I'm so proud to say, this is Northern Burlington County Regional High School. We're at the front entrance, and when you walk in, it's just a grand entrance. I really can't pick up one thing, except that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Yep.
How does this project benefit the school, staff, and students?
There are just unlimited opportunities academically. We fit. We knew we were going to be very crowded. Without the additional classroom and instructional space. I've always felt that the Instructional Media Center has to be the center and the core of an institution of learning. And what your media centers are is kind of like reflective of where your priorities are. And I don't think that we were ever really comfortable where we were. And now you can see that we're about teaching and learning, and the Instructional Media Center is going to be that core. Looking at possibly scheduling a single lunch period. So now we'll have the facilities to do that. And then we've put our departments together. We've got our vocational programs together. We have our world languages, as you guys know. Teachers can now work collaboratively. They're close to each other in their departments. So it all makes sense. We approached it saying if we were going to build a new high school, what would it look like with regards to where classrooms are located. And one of the first things we realized is, wow, we have to move a lot of classrooms to get people where they're supposed to be.
What has it been like with the new additions this year?
I've loved every minute of being in the building. I loved the tempo of students in the hallways, in the classrooms. There's no sense of really overcrowdedness. We lost sight in COVID, we lost sight of security. As a superintendent, one of my biggest concerns was the open campus, the nature of kids walking in and out of buildings all day. Now when students come into the building, they're in one building, it's closed and it's secure for the entire day. So I just think the whole climate, the whole environment is positive, and I think we've got a good future ahead of us here.
Thank you for joining us. What has it been like with the new additions this year?
I think it's been great. Like, I feel like I'm in a whole nother building, and I love the extra room, and I love how it can fit so many more people.
What is your favorite part of the new addition?
I really like how just like open it is. Beforehand, it was really hard to get between building to building because of the huge parking lot, and also weather permitting, it would have been difficult, but now it's really easy to get back and forth, and it just makes life a whole lot easier. It definitely has been a lot less cramped. We have a lot more room to go around and actually, be in the school, so we're not all crammed into two buildings. We now have this awesome connector.
I'm here with high school principal Dr. Lopez. Dr. Lopez, what were the biggest challenges of the project?
I would say just making sure that it was done on time. We were very nervous making sure that it would be done on time for all the students to come back. So that's the biggest challenge.
What is your favorite part of the new addition?
I think this foyer where we are right now, because it's so nice and large and the kids have space. And one thing I really like is the fact that there's those benches, the circle benches that are over by the media center, and then the other benches to provide students a place to just kind of sit and hang out, and if they want to have lunch there they can, and just a place to be calm.
How does this project benefit the school staff and students?
I think that it's a lot of our areas are more state of the art. It's air conditioned, and that's huge because we did have students who needed to be in air conditioned areas. So that's a plus. The fact that the building is connected is a safety thing for me. But the other thing that I really like is the way the school is set up now. It's by content area, so all the math classes are in one spot, all the English classes are in one spot, etc. There's some science is a little separated, but I think that that's a benefit to the teachers and to the students because they can share resources and talk more often, so I like that.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Northern Burlington staff members are one of its most valuable assets. Every day, they bring dedication, expertise, and caring into their classrooms and ask for nothing in return. In an effort to pay tribute and thank them for what they do, we want to dig deeper into who they are and what drives them in this episode of Teacher Spotlight.
Hello, everybody. I am here with Mr. Dylan Corbett, the physics teacher in the school, the youngest teacher in the school, too, I assume. Tell me, Mr. Corbett, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
So I just have a couple of very basic questions for you. For one thing, what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie of all time would probably have to be a movie called Whiplash. It's got Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons, and it really just tells this fascinating story of this young kid trying to be the best drummer in the world, basically, and he's got this psychotic mentor who pushes him to the limit and basically asks the question of whether or not that was worth it. The reward of being a fantastic drummer for your sanity.
Excellent choice. I love that movie, too. Favorite book, if you have one?
The last book I read, it was called The Inner Game of Tennis. I don't play tennis, or at least not well, but the reason I read it is because it's a lot about, for competitors, whatever it is you're competing at, how to sort of squash that negative mental attitude that you can get in a competition and turn it into, like this positive affirmation that you can compete at any level and kind of, come to the realization that you are, a human being and that this is a game and it's something you enjoy. It's a really interesting book, so I'd recommend it.
Cool. And favorite food?
Oh, man. I love wings, all types of wings, boneless and bone-in, but if I had to choose, I would probably say bone-in. And I'm not very good at eating spicy food, but I'd say the spicier the better, so some kind of hot wing.
Excellent. Well, that concludes our short interview with Mr. Dylan Corbett, and you should probably get back to your physics class.
Across campus, Northern Burlington Middle School held a virtual Meet the Teachers to allow parents to find out more about the upcoming school year, get a brief overview of their students' teachers, and learn more about the exciting opportunities at the middle school this year.
To help parents and students understand the academic expectations this year, each middle school teacher created a brief video to explain their classes. Middle school principal Dr. Kearns also created an in-depth video detailing the middle school. Here's a brief excerpt.
This is a time where you get to see each of the teachers. They'll talk a little about their classes, their expectations for the upcoming school year, and get a sense of the programs that your children are involved in as they come to the middle school. The variety of resources that we have here at the middle school and across the district can help you get a sense of what's going on. Social media, we have a district Facebook page. I have a Twitter and an Instagram handle. That's my at NBC_MS Principal. Those are my Twitter and Instagram addresses. I would say most of our teachers and all of our activities have their own Twitter and in many cases Instagram accounts as well. And encourage you to follow them. Gives you a chance to see what's going on in the different classrooms, see what's going on across the school. And it's, again, just another resource for you. District webpage, it's very hard to try and keep this as up to date as possible. www.nburlington.com. There's a middle school page off of that. Post a variety of things there. And probably the most prominent thing that I post there are my emails, weekly updates. Every Friday afternoon, about 4 o'clock, 4:30, we send out an email with the weekly updates. There's some things that have happened in school that week. More often things that we're looking towards in the future, different events, things of that nature. So look for that. That should come out between 4 and 4:30 every Friday. With that, I want to thank you. Wish you the best as we begin our 2021-2022 school year. And we look forward to a good ride here as we navigate yet another unusual year with unique challenges. Thank you.
To view Dr. Kearns' full video, please go to the middle school webpage. For Northern TV, I'm Logan Stewart.
From October 4th through October 8th, Northern Burlington recognized the Week of Respect to help teach students how to respect others, our school, our community, and ourselves, as well as how to prevent harassment, intimidation, and bullying situations. The Week of Respect also emphasizes the importance of character education and teaches students strategies on how to be compassionate, thoughtful, and caring people in and outside of school.
During the Week of Respect, some of the things I learned was to respect people and the things that they did.
One thing I learned during the Week of Respect is how to be more mindful about my surroundings and to be more careful about how I act around people. It is important because you learn how to be more in tune with people and how to act around people. I will try to be more aware of how I act and how I behave, and I'll try to be kinder to people and strangers when I see them.
On Saturday, October 9th, Northern Burlington held its annual Homecoming Carnival. With activities and games on display, this event brought people of all ages together to have fun and celebrate our school community. Let's hear from a student who participated in the festivities.
So, the Homecoming Carnival was fun. They had all these different events. My favorite game was probably the slingshot of Angry Birds. That's what. The different foods that I tried was the chocolate chip cookies. They were delicious, but they were good. This actually brings like the community together as one to say like, well, one, that we all work together. Two, the community just overall is, helping each other with like foundations and different things to help one another. But I think it worked just in a great, happy ways.
Class of 2020 graduate Abby Goodenough was recently awarded the highest degree achievable in the National FFA organization, the American FFA Degree. Let's check in with our reporter to see what it's all about.
Hi everyone, I'm Abby Goodenough. I graduated Northern in 2020 and I am currently studying livestock management at Delaware Valley University. The American FFA degree is the highest degree that the National FFA organization can bestow on its members. In order to be eligible for this degree, you have to have been involved in an agricultural education program for at least 3 years, as well as have been graduated for at least 1 year. There are also requirements for your supervised agricultural experience project, like hours worked, money invested and earned, and community service hours. There are other degrees required in order to receive your American FFA degree. You're required to have your state's FFA degree, which in our case is the Garden State FFA degree. Even before that, you're eligible to receive your Discovery, Green Hand, and Chapter degrees. I had a lot of great FFA experiences at Northern. I began my membership in middle school because we are fortunate to be one of 3 middle school FFA chapters in the state. I went on to become even more active in high school and served as our chapter's secretary and then as our chapter's president. I am still very involved in FFA, even more so now than when I was in high school. I'm currently serving as the state FFA president, and I served as state vice president last year. So it's been really great to be that figure that I really looked up to when I was a middle and high school member. Every FFA member has a supervised agricultural experience project, or an SAE as we call it. My SAE began my freshman year when I was taking care of a tiny herd of 4 Angus beef cattle. Flash forward to the time I was graduating, and I was the main caretaker of a herd of around 20 Angus Akaushi cattle, and I was paying attention to things like finances, record keeping, and even genetics. So having this SAE project through FFA allowed me to gain experience in the career path that I wanted for myself, even while I was still in high school.
Northern has hundreds of graduates each year who go on to a variety of post-high school endeavors. This month, we spoke to a grad about her college experience and reflect on her time here at Northern.
I am Brittany Hope. I graduated from Northern in 2019. At Northern, I was part of Northern TV, the marching band, and Winter Guard. Currently, I am at Ithaca College studying film and photography. And advice to current students, I suggest trying out as many clubs or different activities as you can, so then when you get to college, you are going into the field that you absolutely love. And I did that by Northern TV, and I'm now doing film. So, good luck.
Keep up the good work and best of luck in your future. For Northern TV, I'm Logan Stewart.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Northern News, and be sure to check out the rest of our programming on YouTube and to follow us on Twitter to keep track of what we're up to. For Northern TV, I'm Emily Plotkin.